The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Welcome everyone to episode 110 of the Daily Mother Swole. What is your max? If you're aware of fitness, if you've heard of a gym, you have probably heard the term, yo bro, what's your bench? What's your max? What's your max means what do you lift for an exercise? Most you can lift a maximum weight or resistance one time. That is the most weight that you can lift one time. Now, there's certain exercise that you want to do or you would want to do a max rep for, and that would be called a compound exercise like a bench press, like a deadlift, like a squat, or an overhead press. A little more risky, but generally bench press, squat, or deadlift. And the reason for that is a compound movement is much safer. We're using multi-joint. Those are macro compound movements that will utilize more than one joint. They're safer to test a 1 rep max, and they would be the most descriptive and the most useful way to utilize the information from a 1 rep max, because you can extrapolate. And what that means is you can get information from that exercise, like a bench press. Okay, you can push on a macro scale. Your strength is increasing for pushing. Your strength is increasing for squatting, and for your pull for a deadlift. Your strength is increasing for your legs for an overall squatting macro movement. So those ideas are beneficial in order to see strength improvements, generally classically used for things like football and athletic sports, because you can see your progress, or of course powerlifting and competitions where the competition is about lifting as much as you possibly can. People use this kind of translated over into the gym because people want to lift more. I want to lift more. I want to get bigger. I want to get stronger. So people use max reps in order to see if they're getting stronger. And in some way about, if they're getting bigger. But strength doesn't necessarily always correlate to muscle size. It's a component of hypertrophy. It's a component of strength, of muscle size, of the size of the muscle, but it's not necessarily needed for, to get absolutely massive. So it's not the most important aspect of gaining muscle, but it's a component. So if you're getting bigger, generally you are getting stronger, and it's great to do strength training, but let's be clear, you do not have to do a 1 rep max in order to build muscle. You do not have to do a 1 rep max. You do not have to lift like that in order to build muscle. Let me just re-kick up. Busker just shut down on me, so. That was 110. So what I'm going to do is discuss with you about a way to determine a 1 rep max. One of the reasons why I don't personally do 1 rep maxes to my absolute limit is because it's dangerous. A 1 rep max, you need proper spotting. You can't just say, oh, here, stand over me and lift the bar if I get stuck. If you're doing a true 1 rep max, for example, for me, if I'm lifting 300 or 400 pounds, one person spotting will not be enough. So not only is there an art to spotting someone, it's not just as simple as just lifting the bar. You need someone strong enough. You need more than one person strong enough, capable of, that knows how to spot. So you need 2 people that are pretty much spotting professionals. And a lot of people don't understand how important it is and how much of an art form it is to spot someone while working out. So you need at least one person, usually 2 or 3, depending on the weight, and you need them to know what they're doing. You need them to coordinate properly. You need them to be available. And most of you that lift will not have that access when you're doing your max. So how can you get your max, or how can you approximate your max rep? Let's say you're doing a bench press with a friend. Let's say you're doing it on your own, which is hard to really get your absolute approximate max rep. So let's assume you have someone. Let's assume you have someone that's spotting you for, let's say you're doing, 200 pounds, that can spot you, for, let's say, your last rep to failure. And let's say you're doing 6 to 8 repetitions, okay? I'm going to explain to you how to look up, and I'll put something like this in the description, like a link, and I'll probably pop up like an image here in the video. Your approximate 1 rep max. You can figure and you can calculate your approximate 1 rep max. There's a chart. And what this will do is you look on the chart and you'll look up the weight that you're lifting, and you go across on the chart and you'll look at how many repetitions you've done at that weight, and you go down the chart, and where those two lines cross, you'll see your approximate 1 rep max. And what that means is if you do, for example, I'm looking at the chart right now, if you're doing 225 pounds, now 225 pounds is 245s on each side. That's a standard like heavy weight, it's not, so it's 2 big plates on each side of the bar. If you're doing 225 pounds and you do that 6 times, your approximate 1 rep max is 261 pounds. So a great way to check strength and see improvements is if you're now doing, or you get yourself to do 225 7 times. Your 1 rep max approximately would increase. Your approximate 1 rep max would increase. So you go down to 7 times at 225, your approximate 1 rep max would be 270 pounds. And let's say you're done with your set and I decide to jump on, but I put on 245, I put on a 10 on top of that on each side. So I have 245s and a 10 on each side, and I do that 8 times. The chart says my approximate 1 rep max, how much I could probably lift one time, is 304 pounds. So it gives you an idea. It gives you an idea without having to go to that 1 rep max, without having to put on 304 pounds and risk my shoulders, risk my chest, risk not being able to get the bar off my body. It allows you to approximate. It allows you to approximate what you could do for 1 rep max, and allows you to gauge your strength. I mean, obviously, if you do 200 pounds 5 times, and now you can do it 200 pounds 7 times, you're getting stronger. But it's hard to quantify that. It's like, well, now I do it 7 times. Yay. The 1 rep max is luxurious, and it sounds nice, and it's a nice way to categorize how strong you are because it's one number. It's like, I can do 310. Now I can do 315. Now I can do 320. Now I can do 325. But the risk associated with it and the need to go to a 1 rep max is really non-existent. I think I've done a 1 rep max once in my life. I did like 315. I mean, this is a long time ago. I don't bench a lot. I don't really care to bench a lot. I don't focus on benching a lot. There's just so much injury and problems associated with doing heavy bench press. I go more for pump. I go more for volume. I still go heavy, but I like going heavier with dumbbells. I just don't go heavy on a flat bench. I never really liked flat bench. I like incline better. But I don't go crazy with trying to get to a max. It's not important to me. And I've never really had a shoulder injury, knock on wood, because I am smart in the gym. If you are really hell-bent on tracking your strength, which is fine. You can track your strength. That's great. Yeah, people aren't used to that 1 rep max feel. But here's the thing. Doing a 1 rep max, and that's a great point because that's something I wanted to get into. Doing a 1 rep max has a couple components. It's not just simply, let's see how much you can lift. It is a style of lifting. So not only is it going to be how much you can lift one time, it's also, are you used to lifting a weight that's so heavy you can only lift it one time? Your body is not used to performing that type of a lift if you've never done it before. So you can get better at doing 1 rep max lifts. That's what powerlifting is all about. So it's not just, let me see how much I can lift. And that's why a lot of people get hurt, because they want to see, let's put more on, let's do 1 rep. There's a style behind it. There's a pattern behind it. There's a way to lift. There's a way to prep yourself. There's the physiological overload that your body is not used to just doing in general. Not that it can't lift 300 pounds, but it's not used to trying to lift 300. It's not used to trying to lift something at a maximum load one time. And that's where most of the injury lies. It's not that you're not strong enough. It's that the body is not used to that extreme overload in a short period of time, and you get hurt. Rotator cuff, shoulders. So people don't progress up. They don't do a series of low repetition sets for a long period of time. They don't do sample or practice 1 reps. They don't do negatives. They don't prepare themselves to do 1 rep maxes. And most people, I would not even recommend or try to teach anyone how to do 1 rep max because there's no point. You don't have to. Why? Why? Unless you're like a powerlifter for competition. If you're a powerlifter in competitions, you're not talking to me about this stuff anyway. You have powerlifting coaches and people that love to do that shit. I don't care. I don't care about lifting a pound more. I think it's a waste of time. I think that's how injuries are made. But some people like it. That's fine. Some people like to paint pictures. That's fine. Some people like to freaking go wakeboarding all the time. That's fine. You can like something. You can enjoy something. You can have a passion for something. You don't have to be like me. I just don't see the point. I see the risk. I don't see the reward, so I don't do it. I like to lift heavy. I like to lift a lot of weight. I like to get big. I like to pump up. I don't like to go to the gym on purpose doing something like, let me risk my joints. Let me put my body through risk. And I just don't see that. I just don't see that as a long-term benefit in the gym. I see it much more, like I said, higher risk, and I'm not down with that. That's just me personally. Not to mention powerlifting and that kind of strength training doesn't correlate to the same type of physique and aesthetics that I like. I lift alone, and I'm happy with 3-set max weight, something heavier than I do at 8 reps. Yeah, 3 reps is fine. On my own, even though it might be, I'm sure you have. I'm on scope right now too, Seth. Yeah, I do 3 reps, 4 reps. I do that on my own, even though 4 reps, it might not be to complete failure because I still have to get up the bar if I'm lifting alone. But for example, if I was doing, like yesterday, I was doing incline bench. I did like 25. You too, Seth. I was doing 225 like 4 times, I think 4 or 5 times on incline. And you go crazy. So let's see. Incline bench. You're not really going to max on incline. That's not really something that you max on. You should. So 225, 5 reps. It's like 245, 253 for an incline. That's fine. I used to do more. I used to be stronger. Hey, Mary. I used to be stronger. I don't care. I don't care about the strength. I just want the size. I want the aesthetic appeal. So the strength doesn't necessarily. But if you are looking to track strength and see your progress, try that. I'll put it in the description. I'll probably pop up a link or a little image when I do the video. If I don't, it'll at least be in the description. But check the 1 repetition max, the approximate 1 RM, the approximate 1 rep max chart, and that's a great way where you can check your 1 rep max and not completely blow yourself out by just trying to do a 1 rep max when you don't have spotters and hurting yourself. Less risk, more reward, and still you have the same quantified measurements in order to track your progress. So some good stuff that's coming up. I have some great videos. I posted 3 or 4 videos yesterday on my YouTube channel. So if you're joining me for the first time here on Busker and Periscope, check. I'd like training for this guy. Bring us. Yeah. Check my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Swolenormous. If you're watching me on YouTube already, thank you. Check it out. Like and subscribe this video. Also, I'm on SoundCloud. Thank you, Mary. I'm on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher if you're a podcast person, so you can check out Daily Swole. And you can also find me, of course, live here daily at 12 noon on Periscope and the lovely people on Busker. So if you want to try a new live streaming service, Busker is fantastic. It's for Android and iPhone. So Busker, Busker, and of course Periscope. So Swolenormous everywhere, also on Snapchat. But check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Swolenormous. I got about 400 videos. I do exercise videos. I do live broadcast videos on Periscope and sometimes on Busker, depending on if I have my iPad with me. And I also have my daily show, Driving While Gaining, Swole Motion vlog series, motivational playlist. So I have a lot of content on there. Okay? Also, I'll check the message. Yeah, like I said, it's only on my iPad. I just saw that when I loaded up because I had to load up quickly. And I'm going to check that right now for sure. Yeah. Chipping away, Tommy. Chipping away at those subs. But, views are good and people are giving me great feedback. So appreciating that. And if you're not aware, because I don't talk about this, I'm pushing it a lot more because a lot more content going on right now, a lot more interaction. If you are looking for more of a personal training aspect and you want more direct, you too, Mary, love you. If you want more assistance, more direct results, check out my Swolenormous premium group. It's on Facebook. It's $4.99 a month. You could sign up on my website, Swolenormous.com. We do weekly accountability meetings. We do program design, nutrition. We're doing corrective exercise and squat assessments right now as well. So if you are struggling to lose weight, struggling to build muscle, and you want to fucking get off your ass and just do something already, sign up, check it out. It's a great community on Facebook. And I know someone was asking me something about I'm 150 pounds on Busker. Send that one more time. I'm going to stay for a few minutes afterwards on Periscope and Busker, answer some questions. I saw that question pop up once and I just couldn't read it and retain it while I was finishing my spiel. So check it out. YouTube, Swolenormous. Swolenormous Premium. You can sign up at my website, Swolenormous.com. And I'm here every day at 12 noon Eastern Time and other times for live workouts and everything. Like today, I think it's leg day. So check me out. Peace out. I'll stay for a couple minutes. Stick around. Check you. Let's see. Yeah. See you tomorrow for episode 111 of the Daily Swole. Peace. Enjoy your hump day.
Another.